Morning, y'all. 5:15. It's an early start. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mark.
All right, back there, F-bomb. On the road again! How does it feel back there, F-bombing, senior hating, nearly 30, eh?
Nearly 30. 29. He's got his pillow. He's got his pillow.
Has he got a pillow back there?
Yeah, I brought a pillow with me too.
So today's vlog, we're going to talk about the PGA. I think there's a lot of unsaid things about the PGA, and certainly I think the average Joe doesn't really understand what the PGA is, and that saddens me as someone who has been part of the PGA. So we're going to talk today about the PGA. He's nervous. Very. Right, so round one, PGA. What does the PGA, or being a member of the PGA, mean to you, Daniel Son?
Good question.
Thank you. That's why I asked it.
What does the PGA mean to me? I think it's a platform. It's given me an opportunity to develop as a professional golfer in the industry, I think. I think that's kind of what it is.
I totally agree. I think what it does is it's a stepping stone. It gives you an opportunity to do many things in golf and then get a recognition, for want of a better word, from golf clubs, manufacturers as well. I mean, I could go and work for a manufacturer. They would use the PGA qualification as a worth, because it's a degree level now, isn't it? It's equivalent to a degree. It's just a degree. Oh, wakey wakey. Sorry, have I woken you up, sir?
Yes, you have, yeah. PGA, you know.
Sorry, can you just not F-bomb back there if I'm filming?
I thought I was having a nightmare.
You were sleeping and just F-bombing constantly. So yeah, I mean, that's what I think the fantastic thing about the PGA is that it does open doors, it opens up opportunities. I think lots of pros then see it a little bit as, if the opportunities aren't there or they don't take advantage of the opportunities, they see it quite easy to kind of blame the PGA. Yeah. And I'm not going to not blame them, because I'm not the hugest fan of the PGA by a long chalk, but you credit where credit's due. I think it absolutely is. You've got to do it. You don't have to, because there's exceptions, but it really does open doors, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah, for sure.
I agree. Definitely does.
Thanks, F-bomb. Raymondo's in the house. We're talking about the PGA today, Ray. So PGA professionals like me, that man and that man are. Yeah. Well, Matt might not be one, yeah. What does PGA Pro mean to you as an amateur?
Quite simply, someone you go to lessons to at your local clubs, mainly from my experience, having grown up as a member of a club, and basically someone who basically runs a shop as well.
Would you have a lesson from someone who isn't PGA?
Yeah, if they had a reputation which had been passed on to me by people I would trust and value their opinion.
So then that devalues what PGA might mean then, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you're wrong, because I know lots of good coaches who aren't PGA.
But then again, I'm in like a position where
you've got
I work
some people,
in golf, so
yeah.
I know a lot more people than your average golf club member would, who I could then take advice from.
So you've got better sources as such.
Yeah,
you can speak to people, even like asking me and Matt and that kind of thing. So PGA Pro 2 does mean a certain level of professionalism within the industry, but it's not the make or break, is kind of, I guess, where you are.
Yeah, because I've had plenty of iffy. I've not had a huge amount of lessons, maybe only like 5 or 6 in my entire life.
You surprised me.
Really? And like, yeah, some of them are pretty iffy, so the PGA thing doesn't
tick all the boxes.
Yeah, it doesn't fill me full of massive confidence, but at the same time it's something that I guess you do kind of just look for.
Yeah.
That's just an amateur golfer.
The person is a PGA Pro when you have a lesson, or would you?
Would you ask if it's a PGA Pro? You wouldn't, would you?
No, I have never done, because all the people I would have had lessons of have been as a member of a golf club, so they would have been PGA Pros.
Yeah.
You just don't need to ask that question.
Yeah.
You said there about like you didn't have the confidence in PGA Pros.
Oh no.
Have you seen situations where you've lost confidence in PGA Pro?
Yeah, well, he doesn't like that for a start. That's totally thrown him. Yeah, he's saying he's had lessons from pros and he's felt like...
walked away thinking, well...
Didn't get much out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And not even just like the information they're giving. I can't, at the time I probably wasn't in a position to challenge that, but I said it after you gave me that lesson a year ago or so.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I took from that is actually the desire to want to go and practice, even though I haven't done that because I've not really had a huge amount of time. But I left your house thinking, yeah, I actually want to go to the range now. Whereas other ones you're like, nah, I'm just going to go back on the course.
Yeah, let's get back to the bar.
Hacking around in 92.
I have something to say. So back to the PGA.
Yeah.
Do you know what upsets me with the PGA? I personally think they fail on brand, but I don't just blame them. I blame us collectively as well. The fact that Rory says the things he says, which are very common, and I would say Rory is much more astute and within the golf club kind of inner sanctum. You know, there are people far more outside of golf than Ray who will have, you know, he's got a very educated idea of what the PGA Pro is. If you think about it, PGA Pros must start more golfers than any other organisation in the world. So every company trying to sell more this, that and the other can say grow the game because it's a buzzword, and every media company can say it because it's a buzzword to try and sell their programme or to sell their magazine, but they do nothing. Where PGA Pros collectively must be starting every day hundreds of people, which, like, why is that being ignored and not marketed as an amazing achievement by us all and by the PGA itself? So that really upsets me personally, as someone who works really hard on promoting what I see as golf and fun golf, and myself, and trying to just talk to everyone on a level playing field, not being that stuck-up tour pro coach or that kind of, like, I work for the magazines and, you know, whatever. It saddens me to see the PGA fail so dramatically when day in, day out. I think they are making a massive difference to golf. If you think about every first point of contact at a golf club, if I come in a Torquay Golf Club, where I go, who am I meeting first? You or one of your staff, aren't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Pro shop. It's your first port of call, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Pro shop. The pro is the face of the place, really.
Yeah, and constantly through the year, they're the one that are taking the green fees, making people feel welcome, showing them where to go, making them feel like this is a place that they want to come and spend their money and their time.
And it's great, and I think we need to take advantage of that more than we do.
Yeah, 100%. So that's the biggest failing for me. I just think it's a collective between pros, so us, not including Raymondo, #7.
Take that hashtag away.
But also the PGA to try and work considerably harder on its brand.
Yeah.
And not, for me, not fuss around with its brand saying, oh, but like connected with the Ryder Cup. And you know, that's where it seems to want to put, like, what is that even doing outside of golf compared to what everyday pros are doing? That's just my little rant. Back to your beers, guys. That's a signed Pele thing there.
Yeah, that is. Look at that.
That is cool.
It's not signed. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the picture is signed. So the snooker has begun. I just want to make an announcement. Shall I make a speech?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Please say more stuff on camera.
Yeah, do it.
So I've had a little bit too much beer, and I've got more to say on the PGA. So we're continuing this tomorrow. Morning, y'all. So that has been a night in the lodge here at Prince's. Over there is St George's. That is the sky. Just seems to get better and better. And we're going to play Prince's. That's Dan still wearing the flat cap.
Morning.
Right, off we go back to Devon. Let's travel the width of the country.
Let's do that.
So, last point about the PGA then, or a few points maybe the last point. It is a long drive. I do like the sound of my own voice. Playing diary, Matthew.
No interest in that for me, thanks.
Playing diary Dan. So the PGA will run events for their members to play in. There is Pro-Ams through the year, and then there's Order of Merit events and events. And for me, I just simply don't understand what they're about. Dan's slightly different as he plays in some of them.
I do, yeah, and we've lost a few over the years. We're down to, they used to have like 80 Pro-Ams in a year in the region. I think we're down to about 30 regional ones now.
Yeah.
It's just, they've lost their, what have they lost? What have they lost?
Their events.
Yeah, they've lost their events. I don't know, they're not like they were, you know. You used to easily get 40 teams in a Pro-Am, and I just find it hard to get teams because I'm not sure whether guys really respect the pros that much anymore, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I think it has changed, yeah. But I've got no problem with them not respecting the playing side, because, I mean, if you want events, I think the pros should organise them themselves. I don't want my organisation spending money and resources where it could be promoting the brand and the brilliant work that PGA pros do within golf, getting people started, like we've said on the other points, spending money and effort on events that a tiny percentage of the membership actually want to play in and don't need to play in. We're not tour pros. We're not on tour. We don't. No. Most people are running, hopefully, successful businesses that are supporting golf and helping golf be and develop. So the playing diary for me is just, I think it's an outrageous use of resources, personally. There you go. I've gone and said that on camera.
You have.
Right, there you go, we're still in the car. We will get home at some point. It's been a great few days. That's the PGA for me. That's kind of it, Dan.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom. Boom.
There's Coach. Good night, Coach.
Yeah, he's a happy boy.